laugh, and this is so embarrassing in front of my friend.
Go to the Drake. What else are they gonna play? It's live and niggas won't take. Hey, I'm having my way. Said I ain't having this way. Say I ain't having this way. And like the
Hey y'all, it's your girl Jetta Jaye, and I'm back with another story time for y'all. As you can see by the title, this is about a time I got played once again, and this took place in high school. I was getting played like forever. Like, I'm telling you, like, these niggas is playing with me. It didn't matter if it was high school, college, middle school, y'all. But yeah, so just stay tuned. Of course, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so like I told y'all, this story takes place in high school. I want to say this was probably like my senior year of high school, but I'm not 100% sure. It's either junior or senior, but yeah. So let's just start off with how I met this boy. So basically, me and my middle school friends, like, once we graduated middle school, we all went to separate high schools. So like, most of the time I would be going to their high schools for like events and stuff, because my high school, there was no teams at all. But my home high school, the high school I would have went to if I didn't go to a different school, they would have games and stuff. And so yeah, just keep that in mind. That kind of plays in. So anyways, I met this boy because I had went to my high school friends, I think it was like a football game that they had, and he just so happened to be out there. Like, we didn't go out there to link up with him. Like, we would just go to the football games just to be seen pretty much. And yeah, so I remember we had went one night and I saw him, like, he was in the crowd, like, talking to people. And I want to say we were like down by the concession stand. So like under the bleachers, there's like a concession stand and stuff. And that's where, like, you know, the high school kids be, because we're not really out here for the game. We're out here to mingle without our parents being in our business, right? So I remember I saw this boy, and like, he was just standing there. Like, we had no conversation at the game. Like, I just saw him. And so when I saw him, I immediately thought he was fine. Like, he was chocolate, he had thick eyebrows, like, he was just fine. Like, he dressed nice, he had on the new J's. Like, yeah, he was really that. At least I was thinking so at this time, right? So like, at this time, me and my ex, we were talking, but we weren't together. We were just kind of like messing with each other there, but not for real. So of course I was doing my thing, he's doing his thing. So when I see this boy, let's name him, we gonna name him Eyebrows, because he has some bushy ass eyebrows for real. So when I saw Eyebrows, I'm talking to my friend and I'm like, who is that? Like, he's so cute, I want to talk to him. Like, what's his information, you know, because this is the same one I got the information from about the what was that, the My Crush Disappointed Me story time. Yeah, her school had all the niggas, like, and I mean that, like, yeah, her school, that's where I should have been out at. I would have really been getting played. But yeah, back to the story, y'all. So of course she knows everybody, and she's telling me, like, you know, he's a nice guy, but he's just weird. Like, he's very awkward. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I could already tell he was weird anyways, because we had kind of made eye contact while I was like talking to her and like looking around, talking to people. And he was just staring, but like, it was just a blank stare. He was just like, so I could already tell he was weird, because why are you looking at me like that? Like, what is going on? I'm scared. So obviously not scared enough, but yeah. So she was just telling me, like, yeah, he's nice, he's just weird, blah blah blah, you know. So I'm like, girl, I don't care. So I got his Snapchat from her, and I didn't add him that night. Like, I think I added him like days later. Like, I followed him on Twitter first, and then once he followed me back, then I found his Snapchat. But y'all, I was so excited when he followed me back on Twitter, because he was one of them people who had like a bunch of followers, but he didn't follow nobody. And you know, if somebody follows you and they don't really follow nobody, like, yeah, you're really trying to talk to me. Like, you think I'm cute, huh? Yeah, you think I'm that girl. So I was just excited. And you know, I've told y'all, like, in previous story times, I wasn't considered like a super pretty girl, even though I've been fine. Let's keep it a buck, for real. But I wasn't considered like one of the fine girls when I was in middle school, high school, stuff like that. Like when I came back from college, that's when people was like, oh yeah. But when I was like in the younger years, I wasn't really getting people like that. But at the same time, I wasn't really trying because I was like insecure in myself at this point. So yeah, anytime like a fine boy who I wanted to mess with, like wanted to mess with me back, and it was like a mutual thing, I was accepting anything. Like it was terrible. Like this ain't even one of the worst. Yeah. Anyways, I say all this to say a lot of this stuff you're gonna hear in the story time, you're gonna be like, girl, duh, obviously this was gonna happen, but I wasn't thinking like that. So the first thing that I would say is like a red flag that he would do. So when we got each other on Snapchat, like I would be sliding up on his stuff, like putting heart eyes and stuff, just telling him how fine he is. And he would like slide up on my story and like put hearts, and then like from there we started talking. But here's the thing, so once we started talking, we pretty much talked every day from that point on. And we had even created like a streak on Snapchat. You know how like if you message somebody continuously, you start to get like different emojis and like numbers and stuff like that. So we literally were talking that much and made sure we talked every day to the point we had a streak on Snapchat. But randomly all the time he would just block me. Like I would go and look for him and he would be gone. Like his entire page, his Snapchat would be gone. I would just be like, okay, like what happened? And the first time he did it, he told me like, you know,
I deleted my Snapchat, I didn't block you,
blah blah blah. I was like, okay. Second time he did it, I'm like, bro, I don't think you can just keep deleting Snapchat like that and just coming back. Like you're blocking me for a reason. Like you're trying to stop me from seeing something. But I never said anything because I'm just like, well, maybe he is deleting it, I don't know. And at the same time, you're not my boyfriend either, so I can't be like, you know, why you keep blocking me? Like what's going on? And I already have him on Twitter. I had him on Facebook. Like, I already had him on Facebook. Little did I know. I just didn't know who he was. So I had him on Facebook. Now I've got you on Snapchat. We've got each other's phone numbers. So, I mean, I haven't seen any girls or anything on anything, but maybe that's what was going on when I was blocked. I don't know. But yeah, he would just randomly block me. And then sometimes he would kind of be rude. Like, one moment he'd be like,
you're beautiful, like good morning, you're just like so great.
Like we're just having a good conversation. And then other times he'd be like,
you a little ass girl.
Like, and I'm not even doing anything. Like it would just be random. Like he would randomly just go off or like just be short with me and be like, yeah, okay, LOL. So I would just be like, oh, he's in a bad mood, it's fine. We'll talk tomorrow. But yeah, so fast forward, we're still talking at this point, and he was actually an athlete. So he played basketball at my friend's school. So when basketball season started, that's when he really started like not talking to me as much. Like I was still getting blocked left and right for no reason, and then he'd come back and add me back like nothing happened. And then like the messages got less and less. But you know, I was just thinking, again, giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's an athlete, you know, they've got practice, he's got to do his schoolwork, like all that. He might have a job, like, and that's another thing that's a red flag, because he would never tell me about himself. Like I would ask him stuff about himself and he'd be like,
you're not ready for that. I can't tell you all that.
What? Like, how are you talking to somebody every day but you're not saying anything about yourself to them? Like we're just having like casual conversation. Like we would talk about, yeah, our favorite movies and stuff like that, but it's like, I want to know about your actual life, not just like little stuff like this, you know? He was just weird. He'd be like, yeah, you're not ready for that, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. I guess, like, what type of shit is going on that I'm not ready for? Anyways, y'all, I was still liking him based off the looks and just the fact that like he would be sweet. Like he would text me good morning every day. Like he'd always compliment me. Hey, I guess, you know, that was working for me. So yeah, I did like start kind of developing feelings for him. So when he messaged me, like he texted me one morning, he was like,
good morning, like I have a game coming up this Friday, like I want you to come.
And so immediately, like, my heart is racing. Like, I'm so in love. I'm so happy. I'm like, she's in ear to ear. I'm like, he wants me to go to his game and support him. Like, this is crazy. Like, he's trying to get serious. Like, you know what comes next? Like, no, but I was just so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, like, he's starting to take us serious. Like, he wants to hang out with me. Like, he wants to see me in public. So I'm like, of course, yeah, I'll go to the game. Like, what time does it start? You know, who's it against? Where's it at? Like, I'm gonna be there. So he's telling me that the game is against my homeschool. This was a really big deal because his homeschool and my homeschool had been rivals for like hundreds of years, and everybody was gonna be there. Like, when I mean, this is like one of the games you really want to be at, because this is out. This is the game where are out. The is out and the women are out as well. You know, everybody's just out there. So I'm like, you really trying to be seen by everybody with me. Like, this is real. So I immediately text my friend after I told him, yeah, I'm gonna come. And he's like,
Okay, bet.
I messaged her and I'm like, bro just invited me to the game. Like, we gotta go. Like, you gotta make sure that you can go. Ask your mom. Like, your mom's gonna take us. My grandpa's gonna pick us up. We planning all this, right? And like, she's excited to go too, because like I told you, this is the game you want to go to. Everybody's finna be there. So the week goes on. Texts are a little bit dry, and I mean, it had always been like that, so it wasn't really nothing new to me. But he texted me, which is like, why did you play with me? He texted me like that Friday. Like, when I was at school, I was so like jittery, just so restless. Like, I was just so ready to get out. And I was telling my friend, like, I was texting her during the day too. I'm like, I have to go to the mall before we go. Like, I'm gonna go to the mall and get me a new shirt. Like, I really gotta look good. Everybody's gonna be out there. This is the first time. Mind you, the first time we met each other, we didn't even talk to each other. We literally just stared at each other and went on about our day, and then we found each other on social media. Like, that was it. There was no talking. I don't even know what this boy's voice sounds like. Like, we have pictures of each other on Snapchat, but we've never been on the phone. Like, we only text. I'm just like so nervous to see him. So he texted me like that morning, and he's like,
Are you still gonna come to the game?
and I'm like, yes, I'm coming to the game. Like, me and my friend are coming. All right. So he's checking in like, you really want me to come, just so you can. So the bell finally rings at 2:25, and I'm running out of the school. I'm going home. I'm getting on the bus, going home. And I ended up going to the mall, and I know exactly what I wore. I had on this green, like this navy green jacket. I had on this white scarf that had like pink and green, like it would, I think it was flowers or like vines or something on it. So cute. I had on some jeans, some black boots. I had on, like, my hair was curly. This is when I was wearing clip-ins. I had my clip-ins in, hair real long, body wave, wand curl. I was looking good. I had on some red lipstick. Now, right there, I kind of did the most. But, like I told you, you ain't seen me since that football game. You ain't heard my voice. You ain't even really been in my vibe. Like, I'm finna make you fall in love for real. So that's what I was thinking. So I had on my red lipstick. I'm looking to really snatch this man up. So we go to the game. We pull up to the game, and like, now I'm starting to sweat. Like, I'm shaking, my hands shaking and stuff. I'm shivering. So we decide before we go into the gym, because before you go in, like, you go into like the back of the school. There's like a hallway with like their trophies and stuff from all their sports, and there's some bathrooms. So we go to the bathrooms first so I can like check myself. I'm wiping the sweat off my forehead. Like, I'm feeling myself. Like, I'm ready to fall out. For real. So once I got myself together though, my friend took a picture of me, and I'm gonna try to see if I can find it, y'all, because I want y'all to see this outfit. Like, I really ate. I really ate. But yes, while I'm moving over, don't even know if I got the picture or not. But yeah, I ate. So I'm ready. We go into the gym. I'm standing up tall. You know, you gotta look like you're confident. I'm slithering in. Head held high. And my friend's like, where you want to sit? So I'm like, let's sit up close and like in the middle, because I want him to know that I'm here. Like, your baby's here to support you. I came out. I keep my word. I'm somebody you can count on. I'm here. So, y'all, I forgot to mention, I even sent him, like, when my friend took the picture, I sent him the picture of me on Snapchat. And I messaged him and I was like, I'm here. So there's no confusion. You know exactly what I was wearing. You know exactly what I look like. You know it's me. So when I sent that Snapchat, he didn't respond, which I didn't expect him to because you're about to play a game. So yeah, I just sent it so he knows there's no confusion, and that's that. So me and my friend, we go to like the middle of the bleachers, and we go about, I want to say like 6 or 7 rows up, which there's hella rows, so we're still up front. But there were a lot of people in there, and I had to make sure that I did not fall because, y'all, I have fallen on the bleachers before in front of everybody. Like, I'm talking about I slid down the steps. Could not have a repeat of that, not this night. So I was paying very, very close attention. We sat down and I did not move. Fast forward, the game starts, he comes out. Y'all, we're even sitting on the opposite team side. My friend that I came with is not even the one that goes to this school. She goes to my home school. So she was supposed to be on the other side cheering for her school, and I got her over here with me so we can cheer for this nigga. And for what? So the game starts, he comes out, he's on the floor, you know, he's playing basketball. I'm yelling, I'm screaming. I'm like, whoa, go eyebrows, go number, I don't even know what number he was. I'm like, go number 3. Don't go back to the pictures and try to look at number 3 if you know what school I'm talking about and where I live. That's not even who I'm talking about. I don't even know who number 3 is. But yes, go number 3. Like, I'm just cheering. Like, every time his team makes a goal, I'm up. Like, and mind you, at a certain point of the game, not at the very beginning, because like he was, you know, in the zone. I'm not expecting to like really be checking for me, but at least look up and see if I'm there. So he looked up and we make eye contact and he looks like this. Just like he did when we first saw each other at that football game. Like, just a blank stare, just. So I'm like, okay. I'm not thinking nothing of it. Like, you know, you could have gave me a little, like a little wave, a little, even if you didn't want to smile or wave at me for, you could have been like, at least act excited or happy that I came to the game. Like, why did you even invite me? So he like looked up there once and did not look again. And so, you know, again, I'm not thinking anything of it. You're playing the game, trying to stay in the zone. I'm gonna catch you after the game's over, right? Game ends. Everybody's leaving. Everybody's leaving. Me and my friend are sitting on the bleacher for a while, just like talking, taking pictures of each other. Like, I probably even have pictures that we took while we were sitting on the bleachers. We're just talking, we're sitting on the bleachers, and you know, at the end of the game, eventually the basketball players are gonna come out. So we're sitting there. Did they win that game? I'm pretty sure they won the game because my home team sucks. I'm pretty sure they won the game. Win, lose, or draw, bitch. You invited me out here to this game, and I'm expecting you to come over and see about me. So he comes out eventually at the end, like nobody's for real in there. Like, everybody's pretty much congregating outside, like in that hallway area or like outside the doors. Nobody's really like in the gym like that as much as like when the game was first going on. So he comes out and I'm looking dead at him. I'm staring at him. He tries not to look. He just keeps walking. Then he looks. Dead face. Keeps walking. Like, huh? So I'm like, hey. Me and my friend, like, we start getting up and walking. I'm like, hey. This nigga, he's power walking. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, am I ugly or something? Like, what's going on? Like, what happened? This is so embarrassing in front of my friend. This is so embarrassing. So she's like, what's going on? Like, why isn't he talking to you? I'm like, I don't know. So I text him and he's not saying anything. Like, I'm not gonna chase after you and see what's going on because that's so embarrassing. Like, you already embarrassed me and just kept walking. First of all, you saw me when you was up in the court, like, dead stare. Wait for your ass after the game. You walk past like you don't see me, then try to glance over, blank stare, jet out the door, into the crowd. So I'm like, okay, fuck him. So we end up leaving. I'm not really thinking about him because I'm just like, I don't know what happened. Like, maybe I was ugly, big. I don't know, but that was just weird. So I leave him alone, and then later on that night, y'all, why did he text me? It was literally like midnight. He texts me, he's like,
"You look so beautiful at the game tonight."
Why would you? So you ignored me, acted like you didn't see me, paid me he paid me dust. And then you gonna text me afterwards talking about you look beautiful tonight. And guess what my dumb ass did? I kept on talking to that nigga. I kept on talking to that nigga. Y'all, I didn't block him or nothing. I was just like, what happened? He was like,
"Oh, I was just in a rush. Like, I had to hurry up and go. Like, my ride was outside. Like, I couldn't stop. You know, it was just a lot going on."
it was not that much going on that you couldn't be like, hey, come here real quick. Thank you for coming to the game, but, you know, I have to hurry up and go. But I just wanted to say hey to you and give you a hug. And thank you for coming. It was none of that. So, you know, me being naive, insecure me, I'm just like, okay, I understand. Like, you had to go, but don't play with me like that again. So we continue talking. Y'all, my last straw wasn't even until, there was one day we were texting. He had said something funny. So I was like, I put on my Twitter, I was like, eyebrows is so funny. And that was it. Like, I didn't add him. I just said his name. But he has like a very unique name, right? So he saw that. Why did he immediately call me and say,
"Take that tweet down"?
What? Like, what happened? He's like,
"I don't like people in my business."
Okay. So I take the tweet down and I'm just like, okay, I won't tweet about you again. You're right. Like, we shouldn't have people in our business. Like, we don't have to let people know what's going on with us. Just real slow it down. Why, y'all, did like 2 weeks later, he popped up on Facebook with a girlfriend. I'm talking about laid up, kissing, all that. She posted the pictures. So that's why you kept blocking me. That's why you ignored me at that game. Mind you, she was at that game. That's why you ignored me at that game. Which, why did you even invite me if you knew? Maybe he didn't know she was going to be there, but like, why did you even invite me? You know this is like the biggest game of the year. Why, like, you, even if I went, like, you went out of your way to invite me. If I would have went, I probably wouldn't even really say anything to you. I probably would have just looked at you or waited for you to say something to me. And that could have just been that. Like, why did you go out of your way to invite me? So, yeah, the girl was at the game. That might have been the reason. He was always blocking me off his Snapchat, probably because she was on his Snapchat. And then, like I said, he would go missing all day, probably because he was talking to her. They went to the same school. So it's just like, why did you even waste my time? Like, why did you even play? But then at the same time, I'd be like, did I even really talk to him? Because, you know, we never talked on the phone or anything. But no, because he would like my stuff on Facebook. Like I said, I had his Snapchat. It was really him. I don't know, y'all. But that's the time a nigga played me, had me, I'm talking about dolled up for the game, just to get played to the left, and to the right, and to the front, and to the back. Yeah, he played me. And I never ended up talking to him again. I heard that he was like a woman beater. So maybe I dodged a bullet. I don't know, because you wasn't finna lay hands on me. But no, I haven't talked to him since. And he, every now and then, used to, he hasn't done it in like a year or two. But he used to like try to, like, he would block me on Snapchat and then try to add me back to see if I would add him. Or he would like unfollow me on Twitter and then like try to follow me again and see if I'll follow him. But I just never gave into it because you're just a waste of time. You might be one of them. And I'm just not interested. Like, it was just stupid. So yeah, y'all, let me know if y'all like this story. Let me know if y'all have been in a situation like this where a nigga told you to come somewhere and then acted like you didn't exist, or if he was just texting, y'all just had a texting relationship and it never really went nowhere because he was a liar and a cheater. I don't know, I always end up getting a liar and a cheater. What the fuck? But yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
What else are they gonna play?